We're there. We're live.
Oh, well, hello.
Look at that. Just about on time. 1 minute late. No
Why,
audio
it's your
video
fault,
problems.
right? Tell them why. What were you doing?
Waiting
Audio?
on you. No, I was waiting on you.
We actually didn't have any audio problems this time. That's kind of nice.
Yeah. Dan's here.
First time for everything.
Dan Burgess.
Dan is always here. I love that. I love that Dan's always here.
Me too. I need to go visit him. He's in Greenville, and we have another boot camper in Greenville, and
So you didn't let Dan come?
What's that?
So you wouldn't let Dan come?
No. Just my in-laws live there. So yeah. All right. There was Emily. So you'll have to look at Facebook because I'm not quite I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
Emily Hart Davis. Hello.
Yeah, we I don't know what happened. Why have you taken so long to get back on the show?
I don't know about you, but it's kind of been crazy on the West Coast. I'm sure. I mean, we're not all used to it like you, I guess, but gosh, we're 7 weeks in or 6 weeks in on ours now.
Yeah.
We're not even halfway. We're pretty tired.
6 weeks in. So
yeah,
what is it, October?
No days off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do that.
It looks like everybody, when you're looking at the groups, it looks like everybody is really busy.
Yeah,
like
nobody's really posting.
Yeah. There was like a time at the beginning of the season, that everybody was kind of posting and putting stuff up there every day, and then everything just kind of went ghost town. But I just think it's just like everybody else. It's just we've gotten so busy that there's just no time for it, which is good because I mean, you can't ever complain about it. Don't we just complain just to kind of bitch about it? But in reality, we're really happy. It could be
we're
COVID.
Not unhappy. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Don't
not
even bring
unhappy.
that. That's a bad word. I don't ever want to hear you say that again.
I know. We have a first timer. I'm not sure who it is. Yeah. On the Facebook group, sometimes you can't see using the StreamYard. I'm not a StreamYard expert.
I'm trying to pull them all up. I'm right. Yeah. That's why I'm not really paying attention directly to you guys right now. But I am looking for you. I'm looking for you right now. What other group did you post in? We're in Volume.
Volume and Boat Ride Boot Camp. And I don't think we're on YouTube. We're on a YouTube channel, but we're not in Photo Day users group. I guess you could probably put it in there.
I don't have access to that.
Too late.
You have more control of that. Master of what is it?
Yeah.
What do they call you?
Director of Education.
Oh, that's right. Director of Education.
Look, I hadn't had time to educate anything.
I can't imagine you educating anything.
Yeah, I mean, we've been, it happens like that every year. Then we'll get it, and first week in November, I think, is when we start to taper off a little bit, But our season's long. Oh, it's Octavius. He's awesome.
Yeah, yours is longer than mine even.
Octavius is with us, so
there he is. Yep, I see him now. I found it.
He's a great photographer. Y'all follow his stuff. He does really creative stuff down there in Florida.
Yeah, he's got good colors.
Yep, he does composites and he does natural light stuff. So really awesome story too. Cool guy to get to know. But
I met him with you actually. I think at SPAC 2 years ago.
Yeah.
First SPAC into COVID or something. I don't remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah, before it, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah. My SPACs are getting all. I'm not doing SPAC this year. Are you going to do it? What are you going to do? What's the decision?
We're talking about it. We might. It's hard to turn down Vegas when the weather's crappy here, and any chance we get to get out of the Pacific Northwest in the middle of winter, we're gonna probably get on that.
Well, the SPAC thing was the whole how I got into education. We had I was doing sports. I was doing action photography, and I had a software that I developed with somebody because I was heavy into action, and I hated using what was the brand? Do you remember it was 5 Minute Photo and then Photo Prada, and Photo Prada was the one I used. But
I didn't. I used SmugMug. I never did any of that stuff like on site. I didn't mess with it.
We were heavy into it. But the Photo Prada, you had to use laptops back in the day, so we'd carry this freaking box of laptops that weighed like 100. It was you have to network things. You have to have network cables and all that sort of stuff. And so it was it was a lot. And so I was like, I want to use iPads and cut down on our stuff. And so I found a developer locally here to help me develop software, and we called it Photability, with a F-O-T-O. Anyway, it worked out really good. The software was fantastic, you know.
It wasn't that good. I never heard about it.
Yeah, it was good. They, I got like a little. I was featured on Tether Tools website one time. That was pretty cool.
Really?
And so, yeah. And so, I wanted to go speak at SPAC, and Dave Stock helped me get in because I wanted to kind of promote the Photability. But the thing was, the guy that developed it had little kids, and he didn't quite understand that, you know, we as, you know, event photographers he had to be on call on the weekends, and that just kind of didn't. He had a day job, so
yeah,
he was just not going to work like that, you know. So just kind of fizzled out. I still think there's people who still use that stuff, man. I'm telling you, I have a friend of mine that does horse shows, and he uses it every weekend still.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a market still. I mean, there's still action photographers
Yeah.
doing that grind, which more power to them. I'm horrible at it, but there's a good process out there. And there's a lot of guys that teach it and do really well. I'm not one of those.
Karina just brought me the most delicious plate of chicken wings, and I can't eat them right now in front of y'all because I don't want to be rude. But gosh, I cannot believe I just had to turn those down.
You didn't even bring them in. Like, you should try to just set them next to you, see if you can not eat them. I want to see them. I want them sitting right there by the table.
So good. Air fryer. Oh yeah. So we had heard about that. Yeah. That was our software. It was pretty cool. I mean, you can probably look it up like on Tether Tools, Photability. You can probably see that old video I did. I did like a video. It's probably terrible, you know, looking back on it, but
we have to find that. We have to find that.
Yeah. So that's how I started the whole education thing, because I was trying to. It was like, you know, the education thing when you go to the shows, and they're great. You know, that's how we really learned a lot. But as a speaker, the speakers really don't get paid anything. It really, in the long run, it costs the speakers money to be there. They're just doing it.
That's the thing. We lose money going. I mean,
Yes.
if you go 4 or 5 days, like that's a lot of time missed for us, especially in the middle of the winter, you know, with basketball season and that kind of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a tough call. I mean, like I said before, it's awesome to get out of the weather, but at the same time, you know, we don't have rain delays when it's, you know, winter sports, because we get to be inside, and that's when we make good money too. So,
yeah, I mean, it's tough. Those speakers that go out there, you know, you have to appreciate them because they're, you know, they work hard to, you know, to find a presentation. Even if it's a 30-minute presentation, they put a lot into it, you know, trying to get it right. They're nervous, and, you know, it takes away from, you know, not only the travel time, but it takes away from work before you get there, right? Because you have to, you know,
you got to prep for it.
You got to prep for it. Yeah. So, I mean, I know there's some speakers back in the day that probably got sponsors and that sort of thing, you know, but for the most part, you don't really make anything.
I mean, what's in it for them anymore? You know, if you're not getting sponsored, I suppose. I mean, I especially like me, I don't have anything to sell anybody, you know, so it's just knowledge based on mistakes I've made over the years, and hopefully, you know, that helps people not make them, or, you know, makes the blow a little softer if they make the same one and they heard somebody else did it. You know, I've made the biggest of them all, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've made all the mistakes. I feel like, I hope I don't want to make many more. I still will, but I hate them. But that's how you learn. That's how you learn your lessons. Yeah. And then if you can turn that into teaching to help others grow and not stumble along the way, I think that's the best. I mean, thank goodness I have plenty of mentors. I still do. I mean, you can't be in this industry, I don't think, and not have mentors of some sort. You'd go crazy.
Yeah, I don't know who did this. Hopefully, whoever tried to be
like Jay.
Hopefully that worked out good. I hope it worked out.
You're trying to be TikTok famous too? Or you just did you have your cell phone out and camera? Is that how you do that? I don't do
TikTok. It's just Instagram. No TikTok.
Yeah, just no TikTok.
No TikTok. Yeah, but I mean, you know, last thing about the, you know, the speaker thing. So if you know, think that those speakers, it's a hard ask, because the thing is like the shows don't want you to promote anything either. Right. They don't want you to get up there and sell. So they want you to give your time and your expertise. You know, it's very little, you know, you might make really like $700 or whatever, not enough to pay for your travel and your time. And you're not supposed to speak about a particular product. So it's a hard ask for the photographers. So kudos to the people who are, do that and put it out there because, like I said, it's tough. I mean, there's not much return on it. I'll take that back. There's a lot of return if you value relationships, which I do. So, and helping people and that sort of stuff.
You're a liar. You're not going this year. You don't value our relationship at all.
Look, I've been over years and years. I was doing SPAC and did imaging. I only did sync one time. So, but then the boot camp, which, that has been good, but just, it's still not, a windfall by any means. If you stay home and do a couple extra leagues,
right. Especially your big leagues.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money in the bigger leagues like that.
Yeah. We're fortunate to have Atlanta. There's some really sizable leagues that you don't want to give up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you don't turn them down.
I got to rest. I'm just tired. I've been doing the education thing. And then the boot camp this summer was fantastic, but it was, it was 10 days. You're right there with me. We were wore out after that.
I know. Doing the double back-to-back that's a lot. Whew, that's a lot, especially in hot weather.
Wasn't that hot?
It's hot. I was melting.
Justin, look, it was 100 degrees, but I barely sweat at all. So Atlanta, it can be 80 degrees and you're just, I mean, really, it was like 80 degrees today and I sat outside for a little
because
bit.
Of the humidity.
Yeah. Yeah. I was dripping sweat. Yeah. So the humidity here is just crazy. Here in Florida, Florida. Oh man. You go to those football leagues in Florida, like in September, and you wake up and you walk outside and it's already like a heat index of like 95 and it's just sticky.
It can't even breathe probably.
It kind of makes you like nauseous.
Thick.
Yeah, it just kind of makes you sick to your stomach. Gosh. Poor people. And we do a lot of leagues in Tampa and St. Pete. So those of you who are in Fort Myers, boy, I hope you're doing okay.
Well, they're rebuilding bridges. Gone? Like there's bridges missing that's so horrible.
Yeah. Sanibel Island was having to fly people in to repair bridges and all. Whew.
Those don't just get fixed overnight. That's not something easy to fix. I think Brad has a point. 2.0 should always be in Florida in December.
Oh, I can't wait for this. Who is this? Do we know who this is? Who is this?
Yeah, it's Martin. I don't know how to say Martin's last name. VELOZ. Okay. They're boot camper. They're going to post a boot camp. Yeah.
Insta with the gel and the chair. Okay.
Yeah.
That one was ridiculous. That one, I don't know where that thing is at. I have to turn my notifications off every day because of that Instagram. I don't know, who knows the rhyme or reason? And I don't know. I don't have that much. You probably have more Instagram followers than me, don't you?
I know. I've never I've never understood Instagram. It's the worst place to post a photo. You can't zoom in and look at details. You can't. It has to be a weird crop that I don't crop. I've always hated it. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been a fan of it.
Yeah, I mean, I hate it. I was thinking about that. Is who's the photographers that are doing it really? They're kind of pioneering it. They're not the first guys to do it, but to do with the real thing getting popular was this Rocktown Media.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And then the Brattle Sports. Yeah. That's really probably the first time in my career where I've had people ask, just random people, hey, do you follow these guys? You know what I mean? It was never anybody asking me, do you follow, Joe McNally? Do you follow, Joel Grimes? All those guys are famous amongst photographers, but the fact that those other guys are crossing over and my customers know about them, that's crazy.
They do, and they ask. So, I had a volleyball league ask specifically for if I did smoke pictures because the smoke is so popular right now.
Oh my gosh!
Doing some kind of smoke.
I got this little smoke.
Yep. And every single high school volleyball team knows about smoke right now. So if you don't know how to do smoke, here's a great opportunity to start practicing because
it's easy.
They want it.
Yes, and it's easy to make a really dramatic effect.
Well,
put a
it's
reel
not
out
as easy
there.
as you make it sound. I mean, some people struggle a little bit. I think you have to
Yeah.
be very careful on your front lighting. You can't overspill your light, because if you
Right.
get front light on that smoke and not enough backlight, it will not show up in your photo. You could spray
Yeah.
the whole can and not show up, or you could spray a
Yeah.
little bit and have a lot of backlight. Like what I noticed with your cheerleader one, what we were talking about. I don't know if the Magnum reflector did that, but
Mhm.
it really accentuated the smoke more than a lot of it has. And I've been using 300s with grids on them far away, and that's been working really well. But I liked the drama that Magnum was creating. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It turned out really good.
Yeah,
Let's see. Uh,
Brad Deal and
yeah.
Jason Sterling. Yeah,
Yeah, those are the guys. Yeah, they have really yeah, like Kathleen said, she's right. I mean, they don't have to be that. I mean, it's just like a hype. Doesn't have to be that well produced. I just put a cell phone beside. I mean, literally the ones that I've done, I've had my customers, or like I had a cheerleader yesterday,
film it.
just film it. And I actually kind of like their perspective for them to do it. You know what I mean? Because it's something, and they're pretty good at it. Like I'm really
yeah. I mean, there's not a high school kid that's probably not good at wielding a camera phone.
Yeah. If you gave him a mirrorless camera, and
Wouldn't
maybe
know
not
what
so
to
much.
do. No.
Right. If you give them a cell phone, they'll zoom in and they'll do some little stuff that I wouldn't have necessarily done, so I feel completely comfortable.
I remember
handing
when
my phone over.
Snapchat came out and my kid was doing videos and she was running her finger up and down and zooming in and out. And I was like, what are you doing that? Like she was making cool stuff. And then she started using for transitions way early, before people really were talking about how to edit video and stuff. And so, yeah, kids these days, I mean, mid 20-year-olds, they know how to do that too. Mid 20-year-olds and down, they're on it.
Well, I mean, do you remember back in the day doing Animoto?
No.
Oh, Animoto was like,
oh, the video. Yeah.
The video.
I did that for every senior. Every senior got an Animoto slideshow. Every single one.
Yeah. You go.
I would still do it. I think I'm still signed up. I actually should check that. I probably still pay for that.
I have some Animoto videos that I've done that I really like some family stuff that I've done, So that was kind of the first, like, I guess, real thing. Like, you want to talk about something that's like Instagram, the Animoto, because I remember when
I liked Vine. Do you remember Vine?
I remember Vine, but I never.
Vine was funny. There was some people on Vine that were hilarious.
No,
it was only 15 seconds. That's what I love too. Like, you had a time limit.
No, but I remember going to Imaging USA back when you would go and Animoto, like there was 2 or 3 companies like Animoto, and those were like the busiest booths. There was nothing but wedding albums and like, multimedia companies that were taking that hybrid of photo and video. There wasn't that much video in it. It's more like, creating a slideshow easily, and it was kind of, I guess, for weddings. And then, I don't know as much people were using it for sports, but I remember offering that to customers, the Animoto thing.
I've used it for slideshows for clients that needed it with their own photos, because you just drop it in there and it spits it out real fast.
Yeah.
And you look like a rock star, and it just takes a few minutes. It's pretty cool. That's a pretty good tool. The more I think about how much I use that. Yeah.
What is Brian, the Giphy?
Giphy. I don't know. I've never tried that.
I think, is that just GIFs? The little
GIFs?
short,
I don't know.
Short things.
Yeah,
I enjoyed those. The one I did last night. Like, I checked that one. I mean, it's cool to see. There's like 960,000 views. I'm not like those other guys, but that's a lot for me. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of people that's reaching. Yeah. But I mean, I haven't. But I guess we'll just have to see. It just keeps growing, and people keep messaging me. Nothing big yet, but I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, if I just get one big league from it, or one decent size, it'll be worth the time to actually go the hour or whatever it took to make it 30
yeah,
minutes.
Definitely. I mean, if you're looking to grow or change things up, I mean, for sure, putting time into that, I think is worth it. I don't know. I don't need the return on it right now, so I haven't been putting any effort into it. I mean, it looks fun. I like seeing them. I mean, I like it for inspiration. I love that. That's why I like looking at that stuff. So
I think it's just, for me, it's just a branding thing. That's all.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's great.
No, I want to put it out there for my local community is where it's most important, that they see that we're doing stuff, and we're, if there's guys out there pushing the envelope, like there's the Sterling and the Deal guy, Brad Deal and Jason, if they're out there pushing the envelope, I want to make sure my customers know that we can offer the same, we can offer the same type of thing.
Product.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
They were there. We're keeping up with the times. They were not getting stale.
Well, and really, I mean, to be honest, they want that experience. They want that fun photo shoot experience, at the end of the day. So, it doesn't necessarily even have to be what they saw. As long as they're getting that same feeling and reaction out of what you're doing for them, you're winning. So,
yeah, no, I mean, I really enjoy it. And I really enjoy tethering when I can. I didn't last night. I didn't really have time for it. Last night was one of those shoots where it was, dude, I'm telling you, there's just the craziest things that happened. We almost canceled because of miscommunication, and we ended up going. And when we went, one of the coaches was like, she was very influential in one of the big leagues around here. So I was like, oh my gosh, thank God that went well. You know what I'm saying?
Never know.
God, you never know. You just never know. And I was really getting into it. I had a great time. And but it was one of those shoots where, we thought we had all kind of time, and the coach was like, hey, 3 seniors have to go work. These seniors got to go to do competition practice. I was shooting varsity sideline basketball, and a bunch of girls were on the competition squad. Well, the competition squad competes in a week, right? But the basketball cheer sideline, they're trying to do their way ahead of schedule. So there wasn't a real priority on what I was doing. So I was setting up, and I went from, okay, the plan was we're taking the senior photo. We're taking the varsity group shot. That's going to be a 10-foot by 5-foot banner. After that, we're going to shoot individuals, and then we're going to do seniors last. And then I'm going to go to the JV and then the freshmen. Well, that turned into shooting all the team shots first, and then starting shooting individuals. But wait, stop. Then we had to do a senior group shot because somebody had to leave. We had to do that. You know what I mean? So it was like back and forth. And then I was like, look, seniors, if y'all can just wait, let's just do yours last, because I don't want to be rushed doing those shots. So if you're doing those shots, don't, be really good with your communication with the people that you're dealing with, and make sure that you can, if you're going to do a reel and you're going to plan on the smoke and all the effects, you got to do those shots last so you will have time to do it. And the other thing that I found with the tethering and showing the images is if you do that, then they love the photos and they're way more invested. I mean, literally, I only had 4 seniors left, 7 seniors total, 3 had to leave, 4 seniors left. And then as I was taking their photos, they called one of the other girls and she drove back to the school.
She canceled that other thing.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
She drove back to the school because she heard how good the photos were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was good. I was like, it was good. And the thing is, if you take your time with those seniors and you do their hair and you do make them feel special, I did a bunch of extra poses for them.
They'll buy
Everybody
those.
appreciates it. Everybody appreciates it. I don't really give a damn if they do buy it. The fact that everybody appreciates it, and that coach is going to go talk everybody in the school. And now we just got, I think we just got lacrosse pro. I mean, it works in the long run. It works if you just take care of them and, do the right thing. So yeah, that little shoot is going to turn into something really big for me,
Absolutely.
Even though we might not make that much money on that shoot, it was good advertising. And those are fun though. Cause the thing is, I shot preschool for the last 2 weeks. So the fact that I got to go shoot some varsity cheerleaders who were into it, very easy to pose, will listen to you. It was a joy. It was so much fun. Right. And the reactions are a blast.
I just got great pictures of a cheer team tonight, and it was kind of a last minute thing. We didn't get all the stuff we wanted the first time, and there was cheer people missing their uniforms. So anyway, so we got in there tonight, and the fall colors were beautiful, and they're fall cheer. So we did it on the lawn with gorgeous fall trees in the background. Like I couldn't have picked a better spot. We just got lucky, but it was nice to be able to know how to light that too in a hurry and be able to be on the run and get great photos. I mean, I could show you one.
Yeah, you've been having to do those things where you had to move locations like 15 times.
After that, then they wanted to go across the river and get some.
Who is this?
In front of the bay?
South Dakota, northern Minnesota in December?
No, we're not doing that. No shot.
Yeah, no way. No way. No,
Yes.
so what are you getting ready to show me? The ones that you're moving around?
Yeah, just with these fall cheer tonight. They turned out really good.
What? Yeah.
One light
About that?
setup. It's not the J Boat right way. Sorry. It's the Justin Grafton way. Where are we?
Let's
There's
see.
too
Not
many
bad. Once
things.
you. Okay. What? Let's see. Wait a second. With tethering, do the girls ask her to redo the shot? Yes.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
100%. But the thing is, I tried to get some. I try to do some peer pressure and really make sure that they listen to their friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, come on. Everybody thinks you look beautiful except for you. So let's be for real.
Yeah. See.
Oh, it's not bad. Oh, yeah. No. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
Isn't
I
that
don't know
nice?
I mean, why is the hair in the eye?
I was lazy and
Why
was in
did
a
you
hurry.
not move that? You got to move that.
I don't have the
Let's move
assistance
there.
you have.
Let's
This is
move
a
there.
one-man show.
Well, you got to get your ass up and go over there and move that hair.
Lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
can't-
Damn it. No, go
What?
back.
Nope.
You got to get the hair.
This hair looks good.
No, that hair looks good. Go back one. Nope.
I lost it. It's
Go
gone.
back.
Huh?
Go back. Show the people. We can
just showed
talk
them
about talk about my group photos, floating group photos. We're going to talk about this hair
Which one?
right there.
Oh, the neckline.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that. What do you say to them usually? Like, so I always
I
say, "Hey,
fix
can
it.
you fix
I
the
fix it.
neckline here?" You just
No,
get
I
up and
fix
do
it.
it. See, I don't
fix
get in their
it. Because the
space.
thing is because this is the thing. Let me see if I can. I'll see if I can find. I feel like you have to get the hair. You see how her hair is like really wide on her shoulders right there, and it covers up the AHS.
Yes.
I try to give it a twist and feather it out this way. I actually listen. I have a girl at my
this.
gym. Her hair looks good. Yes.
Yeah.
I have a girl at my gym that is a hairdresser at a really fancy hairdressing place. And I was like, and I made her give me a tutorial on how to fix hair. You know what I mean? I need to know how to get this hair right. And she's like, open hand, twist. Like, we went through the whole thing. And so I'll get up and I'll do the hair, and it's a big deal. I mean, everybody, you ask permission because they're high school girls. And so make sure that they feel comfortable. And then we go there and we help them. I make sure that I give them, give it a nice twist and go.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I have any good samples of, I don't know where I even put those photos from last night. But yeah, I'm a stickler with the hair, and even on the group shots. You know what I'm saying?
I'm horrible with cheer. We didn't have it until last year at any of our schools. So I've never done it before, ever. This is my first year doing it. My second year doing it.
Okay, so let's see here. I don't know. Let me go back and see if I can. Where's my stream? There we go. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, guys. It's been a little bit since I've used this, so I'm not quite sure how to.
We're not good at this anymore. We took too much time off.
Yeah. Let's see here. If I go.
Well, you moved since, by the way. No, we had one since you moved.
Let's see. Where's my share screen?
It's on StreamYard. You got to go. And then
you
have to go to present.
Present
not
screen.
Present.
Sorry.
Not like I'm here. It's present.
Present. Okay. All right. So there. So I got her hair together, and you see what I'm saying? That was a big name across, but the hair is together. There's nothing going. So you don't want to have hairs going down the shoulders, right? That's a Peter Hurley thing, I think, where I learned.
I don't know. Yeah.
Hair going down the shoulders, right?
Because you don't want them to look wider. That makes sense.
Yeah, it just kind of looks sloppy when the hair is going down the shoulder. Give it a twist, and if you can get it on the sides of the logo, I just think it looks, really nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think this is the same girl when I put the hair back. Yeah. So let me see if I fixed it or not. I don't know if I did or not. It's a little clumpy right there. You know what I mean? I would like to have it back a little bit, but still, it's pretty good. stickler with the hair because I think that's the biggest thing with the girls is
Yeah.
they just want to make sure that the hair looks good. Yeah, it just pisses me off. You have this beautiful leaves, and now I'm
They
looking
ruin
at the
it
hair.
with bad hair. I know.
But
Can't see anything.
I'm probably picky about it though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what because I'm a stickler with the hair. You know.
Well, I mean, that's one of your things too. You're so good with the posing and all that on top of everything else you've created. And I think the rest of us are still just trying to get all that down. So that's fun. Thanks for that.
Let's see. Hair down the bane of my existence. Brian's picky about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think being, a lot of detail, paying attention to the details is a good thing.
Well, and having the right
But-
amount of people on a project, on a job like that to pay
Yes.
attention to those little details is a big deal. When I go out there with one light, I'm out there with a beauty dish and a 600
Wait,
running around with just my
can you
camera.
go back? Let's go back because I want to pay attention to your lighting though, because I was distracted by hair.
Oh, you were.
Yes, show me another good one because that's one light. I want to see.
See this?
Yeah, especially outside. If you're in the shade, if you got some nice shade, you can do one light. I think it's fantastic.
No, that's how I made most of my money in my whole career was with a beauty dish on one light stand, and I love the look. I always have.
Well, where's the photo? You going to show it to me again?
Yeah, hold tight here. Gosh, I have to do what you do. See, we're still all out of practice.
Yep, that's a good way to do it. To make sure they're friends and they're going to be comfortable with their friends too, so that makes it easy.
No, and I have before in the past. Like I said, I got lazy tonight, and I'm not kidding. I ripped through this fast in like 15 minutes.
Well, it was nice. I mean, I had a lot of lights set up yesterday for that particular cheer program.
See, and I like her hair. It matches the background. I like how flowy it is.
I can't see it.
I'm sure I'm presenting.
I don't see it.
You have to hit okay.
It's not up here yet. It's not on my dashboard. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yes. Okay. So one light, and then so it must be camera left over here.
Yeah, it's pretty flat though. I've got them pretty close.
Okay.
She's only.
Yeah.
I think I might have I might have got one in there.
And you did a little bit of editing on that one.
Yeah, I moved some sliders around. See,
Mhm.
drop the highlights a little bit, up the shadows a little,
Mhm.
change my white balance, and I also, I don't know, Nikons do this too, but they have a hard time with purple.
Really?
They can't. Yeah, it's like a blue. It's weird.
Mhm.
And then you start adding.
I think it looks pretty good.
Well, look. Here's what else I did.
I like
grab
that one.
grab this and see it. This was.
Let me ask you a question.
So here, So
Did
if I zero this out, look, this is what it was, and it's not right. It's like a blue.
Yeah. Oh,
this
yeah,
purple
yeah,
is
yeah.
closer.
Yeah.
But
see that.
I wanted to match that, so I bring it up a little bit.
Yeah.
By grabbing the color I want to change on hue. But when I did that for all of these, right?
Mhm.
I just hit Control A and I hit the auto sync down here. I grabbed her sleeve, pulled it up to purple, and it did it for everything.
Right.
And,
So you don't have to
I didn't mess with it for 2 seconds longer than that. Like that was all I even did.
So let me ask you a question. Why did you have them turn this way?
Which way?
Where
this direction?
Yes.
Because I want to shoot the short side here. So even though my camera,
but you can still shoot short side other way. But I'm just wondering if you had them because
that's where I put my light. I just walked over here and I planted.
Oh, because I thought that you were doing something really slick, and I was curious.
No,
if
there's
that's what
nothing
you were doing.
slick. I posted this light up here on the camera left. Did I crop this a little? I mean, maybe you can see
because
it
I'm
right
wondering. I was just wondering if you did it because of the slit in the skirt right there.
No, it worked out great that's why that was. But really, to be honest with you,
I
I
was just
parked
saying.
my
I was before I gave you the hint that I was like, oh, that's good that he got him on
I
the
got
right side.
honestly that is shithouse luck. But I'll tell you the reason that I planted the light where I did. I was
Uh-huh.
not looking at their uniforms. I honest to gosh was looking at the background and seeing where
Uh-huh.
the sun direction was, and I wanted my one light to be the same
Kind
direction
of the
as the
same
sun.
direction as the sun.
So if the sun had been coming from camera right, I would have put my light here and I would have messed this slit up. This is luck that I got this right. If that's why.
Yeah. No, I like
I
that. I
can't
mean,
even
that's the
lie
only
about it.
bad thing. Is like it's like a lot of times we set up, oftentimes we'll have set up where they're kind of facing each other. So one side you can see the slit, the other side you can't. When we're in a tight spot, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. But if I can control that, then I will make sure that part of the skirt is
No, it makes
showing.
sense. That's
Yeah.
part of the uniform. It should show. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't do it just because I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. Team captain, that type thing. But okay. Yes, I agree with that. Team captain up there. But for me, I do
You want your
enjoy.
posers.
Yeah, I want posers because they do a better job, and they know what I'm looking for and they know how I want the hair and that sort of
Yeah.
thing. And if I don't, if I get up and I do enjoy going to my subject and then talking to them. You know what I'm saying? Just not talking about photography. How was your day? Love your hair, whatever it is, just creating some sort of rapport with them so they'll trust me when I tell them to move their head and move their shoulders in all these awkward positions, that they'll work with me and not try to fight me on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it helps be tethered and show them what it looks like once they're posed like that. Then they start listening really carefully.
So say that again.
Once they see the tethered picture, the finished product live too, like they'll
I want
listen.
to talk about that tethered thing.
Yeah.
Remind me, I have a question about that for you. Okay, left side because of baseball kids, and so those of you
for righties, yeah,
for righties,
most
because
of them
if they're doing one hand and hand on hip, then it shows everything compared to the other way. So a little detail. I think you'll kind of like have a preference on the way you like to light stuff. So yeah, and we're learning the same. Like we have a big baseball shoot this weekend. We're going to have 3
fall
individual
ball
photographers. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, I'm
That's
excited
cool.
about that.
Yeah, you had those ones the other day where you just used the dugout in that crappy field.
Oh,
that
yes.
Those turned out good.
It was the dirtiest dirt. I mean, I just got dirt.
Dirty. It
Oh
doesn't get
my
any
God.
dirty.
It was dirty. Oh, no, this is dirty dirt. It stays on you. It does not come off. 1,500 leagues. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, I hope you made so much money. That's a hard day right there.
1,500.
Yeah, 1,500. We do the biggest soccer league we do is a little over 1,000 kids, and the thing about it is with Photo Day, used to be if you had 1,000 kid soccer league here, at least where we're at, you wouldn't get everybody to participate. Soccer was a terrible participating sport. But now with Photo Day, we really encourage everybody to take a photo. So with paper order forms, you had 1,000 kids, you might take 600, 500 photos. You know what I mean? So even though it was a 1,000 kid league, you really didn't take that many photos. And it's funny. That's what you guys who go just observe. It's enjoyable once you kind of have when you go to these SPAC or whatever conferences. Everybody starts flexing on how many kids they shoot, and it's such a like, I don't know. There's no way to accurately say how many kids you photograph because is it just how many kids are at the shoot? Is how many kids who, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the true definition? Like, you have 3,000 kids to go to that school, but did you take 3,000? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just really hard to say how many kids.
Well, I mean, at schools, you kind of know. I mean, you know exactly how many students you have going in. Right. So we know exactly going in. Sports, you might not necessarily know. Right. You're right. Sports, but schools, definitely, we 100% know exactly how many kids we photographed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then sports is always an average, right? Especially when you get more than 10 teams. You're just like, well, they had, every team had 9 to 12 people.
Yes. Well, and
Yeah.
the thing is really, in my mind, if you wanted to really start comparing, what you're going to do is sales per athlete or sale per student, because who really cares how many photos you taken? Oh, it's all
Right.
about
Average
how
sale.
much,
Average
yeah, you're
sale.
like per student. Like, so if you have 100 kids show up and 50 ordered, and then everybody ordered $20 worth, then that's, whatever.
You just
It's
divide it by the heads.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's easy.
$10 per kid. That's how
Yeah.
you really say like what your sales per athlete is, like the number that can really,
Correct.
you can really compare what everybody's doing. But
Somebody's
yeah, we got to
asking
talk
about
about
your
athlete.
dumb R3. Did you see that? We don't have to. I mean, the A1's far superior, but it's fine. We can.
No, I wanted to tell you about the tethering though. Something I read the other day, or the guy that does all the Godoc stuff, Robert Hall. I'm terrible with names, y'all, so I apologize. With Jason and Brad earlier, I just can't remember. I barely remember Justin's name because I don't ever call him by his name. I call him by insult.
He's not very nice off camera. I'm just gonna say. There you go. Secrets out.
Yeah. So, anyways, okay. So Robert Hall, I think his name is. He's got a really good channel because he's a
On
Godox
F
guy.
stoppers? That's the F stopper guy.
No, that's not F stoppers. He does his own Godox reviews. He's kind of famous for doing Godox reviews. So you haven't heard of him? I think his name's Robert Hall.
I think you're full of it.
Yeah, Robert Hall. I think. Hello, Lisa.
I'm looking. I don't believe you.
Yeah, it's Robert Hall. Anyways, he just came out with a little video about Capture One. You can now tether to an iPad. I think that's a pretty big deal.
I think, haven't you always been able to?
No. You have to have a laptop. You have to have a laptop.
No.
Yes.
Because you could tether to a Surface Pro.
I know, but that's a computer, though. Surface Pro is more like a computer. Like an iPad is like have mobile apps on them. You know what I mean? There's not like desktop apps.
So I could have swore there's been something before that.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I mean, but you can actually plug your camera. You might be able to do something wirelessly, but this is like you can actually plug your camera into the USB-C port into the iPad.
Yeah, the CamRanger. Everyone used CamRanger before.
Yeah, but
right?
I mean, yes. But I mean, whether or not, I don't like to deal with all that wireless stuff. I mean, this is a direct connection and it's going to be reliable.
Well, and it should be awesome with it. I mean, if they've got M1 chips in those, right? Don't they?
Yeah. Well, the new ones. Yeah. So you should be able
There'd be no reason why it wouldn't be able to handle that data.
Yeah. So the only thing I was thinking about today, I was like, okay, but that would be awesome. But then the iPad doesn't have that much storage on it, right?
Right.
So you'd have to probably buy a pretty expensive iPad in order to do that. So you're really paying for the mobility of it. So are you getting to the neighborhood where you just have a MacBook, and is it that much more convenient to have an iPad than a MacBook Pro? I don't really think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like if you're going to, Kathleen's right. The cable is a pain, especially if you're going to shoot.
How would it stay in? I feel like the cable would fall out so easy. Yeah.
No, I mean, Tether Tools has some good, they have like little things that could keep it in there. But the problem is if you want to shoot vertically from the ground, that cable's going to be, you're going to be hitting that cable on the ground. You can't, it's much easier to put that camera on the ground with no cable coming out of it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's
because all the connections are on that left side, huh? So they're on the side you're going to lay your camera down to use anyway.
Are Lisa a photographer now?
What's Lisa? Just shoots JPEG small. Yeah.
She's a photographer now?
I do, Lisa. I've been shooting with the A7S III because my A4 is broken.
I think the files that go over to the computer, you can tell it if you want it to be the RAW or the JPEG. You probably want to transfer JPEG so that way it can go quick.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't know is there a big advantage of an iPad? If you're going to have a big beefy iPad, why would you not have a MacBook Air?
I would use it for real estate over a laptop for sure, especially if you've got it where you could clamp it to your sticks if you had something that you could just connect your iPad. I think they make something where you can just hook it right to your tripod, so you could be off to the side of your camera and still see your composition, hit the deal, or even if you could just have it off of
But
that.
couldn't you? I mean, couldn't you still have a little setup for a laptop too?
You could, but I mean,
It's more cumbersome.
you're always in the corner, like especially for real estate. You're always in the
Yeah.
tightest spot. I mean, a lot of times I've got one stick. Hopefully, it's clean water in the toilet bowl. Dang near. You're always in a weird spot. Always.
No, yeah, I agree. And the thing is like, I don't know if I want to spend a few $1,000s. It was going to be at least $1,000 having a decent iPad or a MacBook Air in order to tether, having something specific for that. When I'm
that's the thing. I don't really want to spend $1,100 on an iPad. I'd much rather buy something that's a little more versatile and probably splurge a little more for a MacBook. That's the thing. It's where do you want to spend your money, I guess.
Huh.
But
yeah, that's a tough one. And I'm only going to use it on those shoots like I did last night, when those shoots where it's a little bit more customized, which I really love doing it. It's way more fun and interactive when you can do it. It's way more enjoyable. But most of my shoots are not going to be that way. But I mean, okay. But then there's also the thing where let's just say the girl drove back last night, right? So I think you'll make the money up pretty quick if you're tethering, because you get people excited.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
But you didn't care if they bought it, remember?
Right, but it all adds up. Why are you being so much? Listen to her.
No, it's true. It's all it's the experience.
Look, she's trying to convince us that we don't need badass shit. Like, me and Justin enjoy having badass shit. So if you want to just dumb it down to we're only doing digitals of 5x7s, she wants to get
she's wrong though, because I just did I do real estate too. I was taking photographs of a house a couple weeks ago, and they had two of my football images I took of their sons on the wall, and they were both 16 by 20s that they ordered and hung them on their wall. They framed them and put them up on their wall. Who's ordering volume 16 by 20s, huh? How often does that happen?
I mean,
didn't used to.
I wish, if I was going to pick what my customers bought, I'd want them to buy one big print instead of a bunch of small prints. I'd rather buy a big print, and then I think buying a big print and then some digitals would be pretty cool,
Well, and I had a basketball family bought a canvas because we had it. And we did a quick family buddy pick, and they bought a big 16 by 20 canvas from us last year too, basketball.
I think the best strategy is to buy, let's say if you had a 16 by 20 frame that store photos in it, and you just replace it every year. And then, eventually you'll just have all of them. I think
that's what moms do. It's what they do with school pictures. That's what they do with 8x10s. They just keep stacking them.
But the thing is, and I had this conversation with a customer the other day, is like, how much fun is it when you go visit a relative that is a photo junkie and they have all the albums?
You look at every picture.
You open that book and everybody gathers around, and it's so much fun. And it really means something. It's an important thing. I mean, Karina, she did, we had 3 kids really quick. The first, you know how it goes. The first one, you scrapbook everything and it just kind of dwindles. And the third child, you don't have nothing. Right. So,
because you're done with them. You're like,
yeah. But those scrapbooks that she did, oh man, there's like some of my favorite things to go through, So there is still really important to have those prints.
I agree.
Still important.
And Kathleen's asking if they bought that print for me. They didn't. That's why I didn't know about them until I was taking pictures of the house. They bought the high res digital,
right?
And then bought those prints elsewhere.
Yeah. So some of my videos, I'm just sitting there thinking about that, just talking about those prints. I might have to include that in some of the videos that I do for customers, trying to explain to them the value of prints, because it is important. It is important that they get those, they hang on to those, it is, buy a print, buy it from our lab, because the thing is if you buy it from, if we use Reedy Photo, and it's going to look so much better than a Walmart print.
Yeah.
Those prints are terrible. Horrible. You have that nice camera, like Lisa says, a 5x7 and digitals. You have those nice colors. You go through all this just like you showed us with the purple. You want to get the purple right, and then you'll get it printed at the wrong place, and that purple turns back to blue or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's no good.
100%.
So
Yeah.
you want to get it from a professional lab so they'll get your colors right.
Yeah.
All right, where's the all right. Let me grab. Where's this R3? Hold on.
Nobody cares about that R3. I don't think
Hold on.
anyone. I think that was a typo earlier. Why did that come back up? You already said that, Lisa.
Okay. Can you hear me?
True. Yeah, I hear you.
Mhm.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
All right. So R3. Okay. The reason why I bought this camera was I got a bunch of R6s and I love that camera. But what I was finding is when I'm shooting here and I flip it over here and I open up the screen and we're zooming in, zooming out, full body, half body, handling it a lot. It's not that I feel like I'm pretty gentle with my equipment and I have all the proper cases and I take care of my gear, but still I've already had to fix one camera where the attachment to the body is getting loose right there. And I just feel like this camera's built a little bit beefier. I'm hoping it's better. The weather seal is better. It's all in one thing here where there's not a battery grip, a little, slot right there.
Yeah.
And they're big old batteries that last longer. One of these lasts for a whole shoot. And I haven't had to change it out yet. So I think it's just a build quality thing. And having this camera, I'm hoping will last me, 5 or 6 years compared to the R6. I don't think it's going to quite last as long.
Who are you kidding to? When they come out with a new one next year, you're going to buy it. Stop it.
No. I used my D4 for probably 5 or 6 years.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I did. It was a D4. There was a D4S. There was a D5. I didn't get any of those. God. And this is 24 megapixels. I think the 1DX they're talking about is supposed to be like 100 megapixels. I am not buying a camera that's 100 megapixels.
Too much. It's too much. Just buy a medium format anyway, because even though those cameras, the sensor does not compete with a medium format. If you're looking for clarity in an image, it isn't going higher megapixels on your mirrorless cameras right now. It's medium format is what you're after.
Yeah. I mean,
Stop.
this is
pixels.
This is it's actually not that heavy to be. The lens is heavy. This is the 2.8 2470 2.8. The lens is heavy. This body is really not that bad. I don't think it's a huge difference between this and the autofocus is damn fast. It's fast. I want to be able to, but I got to get constant power so I can do one of these on the Canon. I want to see what that's, because it's supposed to be really badass video camera. So
yeah. I mean, they're not making stuff that's not awesome at all the things anymore. Like there's just not. Whatever, you just have to get comfortable with whatever tool you're using in these days. That you're not going to go wrong with anything. I mean, you're just not. I don't necessarily believe making mirrorless cameras heavy again is the right thing. The whole reason from getting out of those DSLRs was everyone was tired of packing the weight around.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're not spring chickens. I'm sorry. We're not going to. We're getting older. The heavier these things get, the more we're not going to want to wield them around. So that aspect was one of the biggest reasons of switching to mirrorless in the first place before everybody realized how much better autofocus was going to be.
Yeah.
And now they're making these things heavy again. Like you said, that's what I'm loving about Sony right now, honestly, is they're keeping their stuff light. Their new 24-70 lens is super light. Their new 7200 Mark II is super light. Like game-changing light. I can handle that without a strap on, and my arm doesn't get tired at all. Like, careful without a neck strap on. So anyway, my point to that is that I hate that they're making them heavy again. So
you're terrible.
You are.
All right. Okay. So that just threw me off completely. So there was I think 3 seasons, a year and a half where I shot with the Fuji X-T3.
Yeah.
Lightest camera ever. The color's beautiful. Loved it. But I think I was just doing order forms, and I had it on. I had a little mini monopod, and it was so light. and I did really enjoy that. I did enjoy
Yeah.
it. I did. So it is going back to bigger, beefier. I guess are they just? I guess because all the image stabilization and all in there. Is that why?
I don't know.
Is that Phil
I don't
Collins?
know. Yeah.
That's
Hey.
Justin's dog, Phil Collins.
You want to
his
meet
name
him?
is Phil
Phil,
Collins,
come
and
here.
he looks like Justin.
Come here. Bub, come here. Come here, baby. It's okay.
The 8512 is a tank. Do you own that lens? Oh, there he is. Yep. Look at him. Is
Are
he
we
gaining
twins?
weight or is he just fluffy?
No, he's getting fatter, like his dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that bottom tooth. The snaggle tooth.
We
That
don't
is
talk about it.
fantastic.
We don't
Is he
talk
doing
about it.
good? He was sick there for a little while. Is he all?
You know what it
Guys.
was? Remember when we couldn't figure out what it was? Well, his little tooth fell out the other day, and he's been happier ever since.
Huh?
He had a toothache. Nobody caught
Poor
it,
guy. Poor guy.
right? Yeah, he's so much happier now.
He needs to go on a diet now. He must have made
No,
up
he-
for.
Well, he's liking his wet food.
So,
Yeah.
Anyway, we had what was that? I was going to tell a story about the it's been so long now. It's been so long about my Florida trip.
Oh, yeah, that didn't go well.
Yeah. That was bad.
I forgot all about that. That was
Yeah.
that was ages ago.
Yeah, and it was like 3 weeks, maybe.
No, it was last week, wasn't it? Right before Hurricane Ian.
No,
That was a different one.
that was a different. No, like okay, I'll try to go through it real quick as far as like the whole topic, like what's going.
I think
Yeah.
it's another show. I don't think you should start now. I think
Yeah,
we're too far in.
because yeah, you'll have to remind me to tell my fall 22 has been very humbling. It's been a very humbling experience.
Yeah, we're 56 minutes in now. I
Are
think
we really?
that's good content. We should hold on to that because we should do
yeah.
another show in a couple days and discuss that for sure.
Yeah, I meant to, but we just got off topic. We started talking about hair.
Strap-ons. The neck strap-ons for the camera.
Is it even called that?
I don't know. Probably not.
Do you still have them on your camera?
No, I have the clips. What's that setup
Do you
called?
have
Everybody.
the spider?
I hate the spider.
Do you really?
Hated it.
Really? I love
yeah.
the spider. I had my little belt, little like gunslinger. But it messed up my hips. It didn't really. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't realize it. Because I had the D4 on there, and I would get up because I was shooting 2 lines all the time, right? And
Yeah.
so I would get up, put it on my hip, walk to my next spot, sit down, and I was pulling it out.
I would always bump it on something and hurt my glass. Always.
No, I never had that problem. I did one time miss and drop it on the ground.
No, I use Peak Design is who
Peak
designs
Design.
the straps. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Oh, okay. So you wear it around your neck?
Yeah. And then I have different ones. You have hand straps for them. And, that you can just let it hang on your wrist, which is really nice. Yeah, they make a bunch of different ones.
I think it would get them in my way if I had that strap.
I only use it for like portrait sessions if I'm out doing senior portraits or families, because then I can hang my camera. I just sling it over my shoulder and I can adjust the lights and place people where I want them.
It goes right here.
Here.
So if it goes right here, when you're going to shoot, this totally gets on my nerves. Shooting like that. If you have a battery grip on it. I know some of you don't have a battery grip. So when you go here, you have to go this way. But if you have a battery grip and you have this right here.
I think it's in the truck, but anyway.
Do you do this?
These.
Do you do this?
See these?
Yeah. Do you do this? You probably do. I bet you do. With a battery grip on. You have a battery grip for no reason. Is that what you do? When you take a portrait orientation, do you hold the camera like this or do you hold it like that?
Like this.
Okay. Good.
You like it when I hold it like this? Is that your favorite way? Is this your favorite way?
Where's the strap? So you have that
There.
little thing. Then what does
See
that
these?
do? What's it do? Okay, then what do you do?
Anyway, let me find. Hold,
But-
please.
By the way, did you see the Falcons game a couple weeks ago?
I don't want to talk about it. I can't believe this is the first time you brought it up.
Yeah, I wore my Falcons hat just to make you mad.
You know, I'm impressed with Geno Smith, I must say. And I'm equally as happy that Russell is playing horribly in Denver and they don't trust him.
Mm.
Where is my strap? I get that's for the next episode. Anyway, it
All
clips right on here really quickly. You just clip them on and off of these little units here. And then they make them too, so you can screw them into the bottom of your camera where this would go. So if you're shooting like this, you can have your strap hanging here.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Yeah.
Anyway, I thought I had that right here, but I do not.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're
Come clean my desk.
we're an hour. I got to go eat my chicken wings. I'm starving.
I hope they're cold.
That's your comment.
Yeah. Everyone left. Nobody's even watching anymore. Oh, we have 15 in one group and 6 in the other.
Yeah, we
That's
got
nice.
like 20.
You guys have to go to our YouTube channel and like
Yeah.
and subscribe so that
Yeah.
someday
For some reason,
it means something.
It was-
I don't know.
I don't know. They're right.
Yeah, we don't know how any of this works, but
Yeah.
you're supposed to do that. Jody's not very nice to us. That's Jody. That's
Oh,
your
that's Jody.
employee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jody, if she has one more bad day with you, she's moving to Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's not. It's gonna be wintertime. It's gonna rain. There's no way. It's beautiful here. We're having a pool party tomorrow. So how about that?
Oh, thanks for the invite. That's nice.
Yeah. You're invited.
I'll have my pool party. We have our little Walmart special in the backyard. I'm gonna see how much more fun our pool party will be than yours.
That is fantastic.
That's where we
Yeah.
should do our next event from. Both of our
Cool.
pools.
Okay. Deal.
Mine's not heated though. It sucks.
All right. Next time, hopefully it won't be like 3 months again.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
when should we plan it? What works best for everyone watching?
I think these are good times right now.
Yeah, these are. I like late at night.
Yeah.
All right. Later.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.